know what her problems are, but just because somebody tells you to flush your comfort animal, and I did not know that hamsters were, but I suppose pet snakes could be deemed there. I'll have to kind of look it up, but they add that to the list there. So besides dogs and cats, the dwarf hamsters, can be certified to help you. And there has been great science and great evidence from medical doctors that study that stuff that show that animals lower blood pressure. They calm you down. They become companions of yours. And if you don't have a pet, I recommend one. Never be tempted to flush them down the toilet. OMG. By the way, a lot of people ask me frequently about Chuck Harder, the former host of the broadcast. Chuck is in a nursing home in Gainesville, Florida. And if you'd like to send up a postcard, you can. It's Signature Healthcare, Gainesville, Florida. And you can look it up right on the internet. Signature, like your signature, healthcare. It's a nursing home in Gainesville, Florida. And just Charles Harder, Harder. And send him a postcard. Send him a little letter, just hello. Send him a little present. He likes chocolate cherries occasionally. Yeah, he can eat those. Yeah, does Chuck talk? Yeah. Does Chuck have visitors? Yes. Could you visit him? Yes. Contact me if you'd like to do that. I'll set it up for you. ForThePeopleShow.com is where you can go and send me an email. And but if you want to talk with Chuck, converse with Chuck, he just, how's Chuck doing? He's doing all right. He's bedridden, and he's a little slower than he used to be. As you can imagine, that's why he doesn't do the radio show. But he watches the news. He comments about the news. He listens to the broadcast, combing the internet little by little. But he has definitely slowed down. There's just no doubt about anybody that I know that have seen him, visited him. He's just a little slower. But, that's what happens when you get a little older. Some of you are a little, sprier than others, but he's had a lot of health challenges. Several heart attacks. I think he's had a stroke. So, those things play a factor. And Chuck has always been overweight, and that's not changed at all. But, he's stuck and confined in a bed, and they make him as comfortable as he possibly can. And that's where it's at. He lost his wife about 2.5 years ago of cancer. His dog just passed away. So if you could send him a letter, he'd love it. And in the letter, maybe mention when you started listening to him and anything that maybe would jog his memory about the news reporter, or maybe a broadcast that he did that affected you for the better. A lot of you write in saying he saved me so much money, help me with my house, help me with this, help me. And Chuck was a great consumer advocate. If there was anything that you could actually paint to this man who was on the air for so many years, is that he had a compassion for men and women in this country to help them understand how things worked. And he was a walking encyclopedia, so you could ask him literally just about anything, and he had an answer. And if he just didn't know, he would say, I don't know, but I'll find out. And he did. He'd make a note, and the next show or so, he would come back on the air and mention what that item was, and that's caring. And that's a real consumer advocate. And he did a phenomenal job. So reach out to him, and bare minimal, you can send a letter via forthepeopleshow.com on our website, and I'll just print it out and bring it to him. If, the postcard is a little bit challenging for you, but it's always nice, and even still today, in the age of the internet, when you get something in the mail and you get a real birthday card, or you get a real letter. My mother is a real letter person, and that makes a real big difference when you have a card or you get a postcard, even a postcard, but it's handwritten. And I think this newer generation doesn't write letters anymore. That's a shame. But if you do, write a good letter and have fun doing it. Take your time. Don't write it all at once. You may want to go back at it a little bit later on. But Thank you so much for joining us. If you like the show, please share the show. We'd like to say that. We're available on Facebook and Twitter and YouTube. And let me know when you're listening, where you're listening, and what radio station too. Or if you just merely listen to the podcast at forthepeopleshow.com. Remember, we're listener supported. So that means that your donations are why we are here, after all. And if you'd like to support us, you can start out with $1 or more. You pick it, but we could use your support, and we appreciate that. Thanks for all our supporters around the country. All the best. May God bless.